welcome back everyone. Here we are through day 4 of our down the rabbit hole build. Got our rabbit hole in place there, and our ballroom or room of portals or something underneath there. A little courtyard going. Really coming together now. It's going to be a pretty intricate build, it seems. It keeps getting more and more stuff in there. But I think it's really going to be fun. I'm a little surprised they didn't put lights in these globes here, but they didn't ask me. But anyway, if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just trying to have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having a bit of fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. So we're starting up with, I'm still haven't quite figured out what this is. It appears to be a water wheel or of some sort. It's going to be a mechanism for sure. I wasn't even aware we had one of those in this set, but we can proceed with that. So we're starting off. These two and these three and this guy. So going in that way. D9 on the back. So you through there. Then actually this doodad, which seems fairly fragile, so and it doesn't want to go on. Okay, wiggle and a jiggle. Okay. Ooh, that really is snug on that one. There it goes. A little extra convincing to get that in place. Then see how this one goes on top. I'm assuming yeah, thing's gonna line up. It appears there. And that one does not appear snug. That's E4. So I'm going to pop a little glue on that one. I've had to do some repairs, so I've got my super glue out already today, so I'll just use that in place of the B7000 I normally would. Okay. Just a couple of drops. Stabilize that thing, hopefully. Pressure for a few seconds. I got everything lining up. And I spread it around a little bit. Okay, seems pretty secure. Alright, now our paddles go on here. They're supposed to go in. Okay, it's the same on either side, so that's good. It says we want to glue them. I'll be honest, that feels pretty secure on that one. If we need the glue, we'll definitely use it. But okay, yes, they're not going anywhere so far. Yeah. Yeah, let's work our way around. Okay, that one felt a little loose, but no, it stayed. And one more. Whoop. Okay, so we got of course I got some paint on my finger here. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Good thing about acrylic, it does clean off pretty easily. Okay, so that's in place. Now we do a little grill situation going, and we want, where's the top ones on first? Ones with the hole slots in the top, rather. Not wanting to go in on that side. Let's get you back out. Gently. Okay. I don't know if it's working better. Wouldn't think it'd make a difference, but let's see if we need more cooperative over on this side. Not really. It's a little bit better, got it. Able to get it. Didn't make that satisfying click. But it did go in at least. Right, this one across. Alright, a little more cooperative there. Straighten these guys back out. I think I probably would have done this bit first, then the paddles second, if I was going back again. Okay. Now, you in here. I'm assuming are going to be, yeah, that'll be the bearing, like so. Big one. Okay. Oh yeah, and like I've been doing lately, I totally forgot to call out steps, but that was just 82 putting those bits on. Now I've got a key here to lock in place there. So we got, we're going to have some movement here for something. And two of these guys on. And do want to make sure our teeth line up, and they do, so that's what you want. And then this one, hopefully lock you in place. Yeah, I think that's pretty secure. Okay. So, that's that piece done. And move on to the next one. Pretty simple on this one. This we're going on. There it goes. That one. And it's supposed to glue. It's kind of looks like it's be about like that. So drops here. And oops. Really close to square. Pressure for a few seconds. On the edge there. And this one. They got it mirrored on this one because the raggedy side is supposed to be on this side, it says. But hopefully they just changed their mind. Go on there. It says to glue that in as well, so continue with my and that finishes up that piece. So set you up there. Move on to sort of an internal mechanism, it looks like here. Didn't even bother painting the sides on this one. Okay, so this notch here, and then yeah, that's the way it will fit. So that's got to be it. I like it when they make different size tabs, so you know which one's supposed to go in where. And you. Onto there. Big one behind it. And little guy to that. On there. I mush together. Now, grab all our, we got 2 new pieces and our first 2 pins. And go in. Okay, so you, this first, you go into here. And you go into there. You're gonna nut. Okay, it's all okay. It's slotted, so it's good. Hopefully, once we get everything locked in, that'll cooperate with us. Okay. Here into there. Oh, good. Okay, there it went. So we knew that was going to happen. And this guy. here. That should. Okay. Okay, we'll turn it. I'm not sure. Not sure how that mechanism is going to work out in the end. I look forward to seeing. Now we got these guys in here. Oops. There. There. Okay. Okay, nice. We got to lift up on it to. And we'll spin it. Okay. But let's see them all. Everybody in securely. Yep. Okay. And we are maybe. Yeah, I'm still. Okay, maybe there's something going to go in through there to connect it. Nothing to lift this that I'm seeing so far, other than just grabbing, twisting it. Okay, I can get distracted here. Okay, so that bit is done, and move on to the next one. Okay, there's a little balcony situation going here. Pretty straightforward, I believe. That was the right one, maybe. No, yeah, it's got to be that one. That looks way too far off. Let's how do these other ones look? Okay, so that one's fit better. That one's good. Ooh. Oops. Guess I need to do them in order here. Clearance. This one seems a bit off. Yeah. Oh, we got a little more clearance here, I think. There we go. Just a little tight on their tolerances there. Okay. And our support brackets down here. So you. Guys. Let's see. Yep. All right. And that, you know, as I randomly call out the numbers I'm doing, that's 94. Oh, okay, actually we get to combine these guys now, so we got you. This comes down, okay, there's 2 slots there, tabs here. Okay. Going right together nicely. I like it. Looks like I need to touch up my paint there a little bit. Definitely missed a spot. Okay. Now that looks a little better. Okay. Yeah, now I am done with that bit for the moment. Onwards and upwards. Okay, so we start you, get glued onto you. So I'll line up this bit because I got, because it wants it, so we want it, this guy lined up and the back lined up. Okay. So I'll get some more solid here, so that's what we're going for, flush here and flush here. Pressure for a few seconds. Okay. Now, this guy with the tabs down. And that looks a little. I don't think that's going to work either. And my file's not big enough to make the gap bigger, so I got to make the tab smaller. How's the other end looking? Yeah, that's not that tab down, so that's right. So any better? No. Barely still. Oops. I don't think that's ready yet. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. Now, these guys and slots. I only got one that seems to be cooperating. Okay. Okay. That situation situated. And get some bits and bobs here. Start off with this guy and these guys. Hoping they'll fit first try. Split it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Roof next. So, here. And oh yeah, just that seems wrong having the plain side showing, but that's the picture. I guess we're going to be seeing it from this angle, is why they're. I hope it's the angle we see it from anyway. Okay. Now, let's go here. Yep. And there. Okay. Good. Yep. I think we're going to need glue on that bit. As a matter of fact, it'd be easier to do this without that on there. Okay. Now, just a little glue on each shoulder. Okay. A little pressure for a second. Okay. Now, this guy. Yeah. Those guys go in there to make a sort of slots into that big slot there. There we go. I think that's as close as I'm going to get on it, doesn't it? Yeah, that should be alright. Okay. Now, this guy goes on here. Okay, and down there it looks like maybe. Just sort of. have a good angle on that, so just okay. Alright, okay. Closing in on that 30-minute mark, so I think it's going to be about the right length by the time I get done with everything I plan on tonight, so it works out nice. Okay, got this little Seahorse dragon hybrid thing. So, these guys go. That got our wings. This says you go on there with a bit of glue, which yeah. There. And you sort of mount right here on our roof. Pull down the whole house when I do that. Okay. Now that done, this kind of goes into that slot there, it looks like. It is crooked. Alright. Like I say, that's our angle I'm assuming we're going to be seeing from. Excellent. Okay. Now, don't go very far. Get to actually mount you up onto our wall here. But first things first, this guy goes in the slot, evidently. Got that going. And now, here and here. Yeah. Okay. Those. Okay. There we go. Those four. These four. Okay. This is. Okay, these line up. A little persuasion there. All right. Okay, so we are going to have access to our, there's our, I don't know how that's going to work, but that's our drive gear there. Getting good flush. Yeah, they're all in there good. All right. Now, I don't have too much trouble on this. We're actually gonna get this mounted onto the side of our platform tonight, but we'll see how it goes. Got a couple of accordion bits to make. So this guy gets 3 of them. Going on. Okay, this goes on the second step. We're leaving the top one open according to the instructions. And this one goes on the bottom step, so we're going to have a path, a couple of steps at the end. Okay, but also definitely need glue on this one. So I can get my clamp back out. Not using the back step, so let's just hold it upright. Come on. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Oops. And there. Yeah, it's holding upright, and it occurred to me I probably shouldn't be doing that over my leather. I'll do this one. Maybe a little more structural, so I'm going to do both sides of it. And doing it with that going that way. Pressure down. Alright. That should be fairly secured. Got a few more seconds for it to cure up. And do one more. So this door is going to go on the end here, but that'll come up next. Do sort of the same thing. Using these go. I'm going to be leaving bottom step open on this one. So it's going to be this one here, and this one here. Yep. Okay. I'm a little bit far away to be working on this little tiny stuff, isn't it? I'm paying attention to that. Okay, let's see. Set you on and it is curving that way with it, it says. So. I'm going to do this with my hand. in place. Few seconds of pressure, I hope. Okay, so far feels pretty sturdy. And then like I say, our little door on the end there. Alright, now mount up our pathways here. So, okay, back out. This guy. Okay, goes in the end of our little, whatever that is. We're going to do, we'll get it forced in there. Okay, so that's going to be, going to have a nice, interesting wherever it ends up at. And then this one goes in our balcony right there. Okay, I'll break my Seahorse dragon thing. Oop. More on my pathway. Alright. So, to be cooperating. Okay, I think you got some. Got a bit of purchase there now. Oops, not. Okay. Oh. Yeah, real tight there. Okay. It'll snap in place when you can get enough pressure on it. Of course, the inside of it's a little bit more of an issue. Let's see if I can. There it goes. There it went. A lot of pressure on that. Okay, so we got our pathways going wherever they're going, but now it's time to bring this back over and okay, so way out this, get you there, get the wiring out the back, there go the lights, and got our tabs here, slots there, there and there. Don't have anything for the back one yet, so just these four looks like so far. Okay. So, okay, rub in here. Let you. Okay, gates rubbing on her. Gotta come bring this one. Whoop, bring this one down over the top of our gate here, because that okay. It's gotta go down from the top. It looks like. Yeah, there we go. Now my wiring's back in the way. Okay. Face in first. And now line up our side slot. pretty close. There it goes. Alright. Okay. Now, really getting some stabilizing now. Let's knock these out and we will. Yeah, let's say I don't know where this light's going to end up being, so it's just in there loose right now. But we got our paths there, our rabbit hole. Yeah, this is really coming together. I got maybe too dark. Back up a little bit. Yes, really coming together with all our little doodads and who's it's and what's in there. I'm feeling it. Continues to be a nice build, real intricate build, lots of little, okay. And that's rubbing up against our gate there. I got a little crookedness there, so I don't think there's any way to fix that right now, so we're just gonna have a crooked gate. It's Alice in, it's Wonderland, that's okay. Just sort of eyeballing everything, trying to examine everything. Oh, and by the way, if you watched last night, I couldn't find that piece of acrylic that was supposed to be mounted on the side of the piano. I did find that. It was on a sheet that I'd forgotten about. But that's plenty for tonight. Looking real good progress, I think. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel if you want to see me do experiments a couple times a month. Down here is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is the playlist for this whole build. See you tomorrow.